I want to welcome all my queens and my kings here to the Queen's Corner. Listen to me. Don't feel bad when you outgrow people, okay? When God removes people out of your life, let it be. You're not supposed to be chasing what God has removed from your life. If you outgrow them, you don't have to be their enemy, but just know that you cannot be around that vicinity because you already know what they can give out. So you have to understand that every relationship you have to keep it as God ordained it to be. So for example, if I have a friend, then that friend becomes my family. Eventually that friend will become my family. There no longer will be my friend because God will make it to a level that that person will become my family. Why? Because that is the right method for friendship. It's like, for example, like Jonathan and David. They ended up being best friends, but they ended up being like family. So they ended up knitting together. So that's why you have to understand that when you outgrow people, don't go and chase them. There's no need to chase them because you already know what they give. You know how many people I don't let in my inner line? Why? Because I already know what they give. We might be cordial and do things like, as far as we're on a mission together. That's the type of relationship that we will have. Because obviously, God has us here for a purpose. I'm not going to sit here and fight that purpose. Me being around them all the time is just not going to be. Why? Because the way my life is orchestrated by God, I cannot be around just anybody because everybody is not in my level. Some people, they like to gossip about other people. Some people, they like to be hypocrites. Instead of telling people in their face things, they go behind their back and talk to other people about them. That is poison. I don't need that in my life. I don't need that in my life. I preferred just being with God in me and having the relationship between my Abba Father and those that God placed in my life. Because truth be told, my life is so purpose driven that when people say, "Are you busy?" No, I'm not busy. I am purpose driven, which it seems like I'm busy because some people are busy doing nothing. Busy doing nothing. Busy, just busy. But a life full of purpose, to the outer world, it might look like you have this busy life, but you don't. You have this purpose living life. And because you have this purpose living life, the connections that God puts you in, they also live on purpose. They don't have time for pettiness. They don't have time for foolishness. They don't have time for none of that. All they have is time to build. Why? Because let me tell you, we don't have time. We are in an age that we don't have time to be living our life out of purpose. Because if we live our life out of purpose, then we're out of alignment with God. And what we don't want to do is be out of alignment with God. So the reason why I'm making this video today is that I want to let everyone know that is feeling guilty for outgrowing people, places, and things, do not feel guilty about it. Why? Because in the end of the day, our lives is such full of purpose that God's going to put us with destiny people, destiny helpers, destiny. He's going to put all the pieces together. So today I just want to let you know that. Don't feel guilty. And if you grew up with someone and someone knew you when you were a teenager or whatever, and you feel guilty because you outgrew that person or whatever, or that person is labeling you like they really know you, but in reality, you don't know me, boo. You don't know this new person. So because you don't know this new person, and they might not respect that new because they're so used to the old, then it's time for you to cut them off. You don't need to be around them. You don't need to literally be around any toxicity, because where God is taking us is bigger and better. Thank you for tuning in. I am still Queen Marilyn.